sure you include that. Okay? Now, what's another thing that helps cancer? Does anyone know what this is? Isaiah 58, 6 through 8. It tells us that if we help the less fortunate, that our health would recover speedily. I don't care what the disease is, but specifically cancer, tell them to go do something for someone. That should be always included in any natural treatment, because that's in Isaiah 58. But we don't include that a lot of times. We don't tell people go help. You want to recover speedily? That's the only verse that tells us that your health will be recovered speedily. I don't want cancer lingering in my body. So do what you're supposed to and do what Isaiah 58 says. Okay, there's something called Can-X. This is an excellent powder to take for tumors. It helps remove the tumors from the body, per Danny Vieira. So when you buy this, and I think you can get this on Vitacost as well, read the directions on how to use that. He said that should be included in every cancer program. Okay, cold sheet treatment. You can go on Google. I have a book I just got. I'm not real familiar with it. I just got it. Dr. Christopher, he has booklets on different things when he was alive. Danny Vieira talks about cold sheet treatments all the time. He said you have to be cautious. You have to constantly check their temperature. So when I learned more about the cold sheet treatment, but you could type it in and research it yourself. But they say that is great instead of chemotherapy, a cold sheet treatment. Okay? Who's heard of this? They say turmeric is wonderful if you have cancer. Alrighty, now, I'm not going to write this down. I'm just going to read this for the sake of time. It is included on the, I'm going to read it for the people who are watching. But I have some formulas. These are from Thomas Jackson, Mayman Wilson, different people. And I use this as my main book. So if I hear something new and it's not in here, I'll write it in under cancer or something. This is to help pull tumors out. For men, figs mashed with 1 part bloodroot, 2 parts poke root. Mix it together, make a paste. It says it will burn, but it will get the tumor out. Okay? How hard is that? Figs, poke root, bloodroot. Well, he has other stuff on here that patches the hole. Okay? 2 parts golden seal, 1 part bloodroot, 2 parts poke root. Mix and make a paste. It will burn, but it gets rid of the tumor. That's another remedy. For women, bloodroot mixed with golden seal, zinc, and other herbs helps make a salve to pull tumors out. And you can get the zinc oxide from a pharmacy. You're not internally taking it. You're using it externally. Okay? He says this treatment is painful. It burns out old cancerous tissue, but it works wonders. 3 tablespoons of bloodroot, 6 tablespoons of zinc chloride, 2 tablespoons of poke root. Blend and make a paste. What do we keep hearing them use? Poke root and bloodroot. Bloodroot, it's getting to the blood, right? Poke, it's like poking, getting down. Yes, absolutely. Something to apply to skin cancer. 1 cup of shamrock or lemongrass. It said put in a blender, add a little water to make a paste. Then put in a container, set outside in the sun until it turns black. Apply this to the skin cancer. So if they have a skin cancer here, after you make that, apply it to the skin cancer. I mean, wonderful, easy, simple stuff. And you can get these herbs, bloodroot, poke root, from AmeriHerb. I'll have that included on here. Here's a cancer pain salve. The only thing I'm a little questionable on one of these, I need a pen to write something down. I wrote it down anyways, and I'm going to give the formula. But he uses 1 cup of Vaseline, I guess to make it spreadable. They say it works wonders. It's 1 cup of Vaseline, 6 tablespoons of cayenne pepper, 1 teaspoon of wintergreen tincture, 1 teaspoon of peppermint tincture, and 2 tablespoons of freshly ground mustard seed. Mix and apply over painful areas. You've heard that one? Does it work?
It does work. But what happens is it gets painful first.
Okay, that's what they said. Okay. Okay. Now that's a plaster for skin cancer. This is a plaster, blood root, poke root. Those leaves the whole, the poke root. This is, yes, it's painful. It says right here, very painful. Applied to the skin cancer. Do you leave it on? Okay. And then just add more on top if it's like falling off or something? Oh, at night. Okay. Okay. I've never done it, but I've heard them say wonders about it, and these are men who've been doing this 30 years. She said, learn from the experts. So I'm learning from the experts. I have never needed this for myself, praise the Lord, but I'm just giving the information. Wonderful. Thank you. See, I like people to speak up so people can hear. Okay, so that is for skin cancer. That's a salve. Now, this is going to be included on that I sent you. Now, remember, we are told a merry heart doeth good like a what? Okay, something to remember. Biopsies can spread cancer. Be very careful getting a biopsy. A lot of times, it's in one area, it's localized, and then they do a biopsy and it spreads through the body within weeks because they did the biopsy. That's right. Now, that was in Proverbs 17:2 about a merry heart doeth good like a medicine. In the Answer to Cancer book written by Thomas Jackson, and I put the link in here, it's included. He has a book called The Answer to Cancer. He has a whole diet for cancer, a 21-day diet. So if you want, he has a 21-day formula. Now you can buy herbs from him, or you can get your own herbs or whatever. But he does have a 21-day plan formula in that book. The book is $10. But what is $10 to save somebody's life? What'd you say? I think he has a 60% rate of recovery. But here's the thing. A lot of times those people are not doing everything. You can lead the horse to the water, but you cannot make it drink. The prophet of the Lord tells us 9 out of 10 would recover. When you're dealing with people of the world, they're not going to give up a lot of stuff. I believe his recovery rate would be higher if people were adopting, you know what I'm saying, 100%. But he says, the diet is great. They use it for a lot of people.
Is that on the handout?
Yes.
You said that it's Danny Vieira?
No, this one is Thomas Jackson. And I'll have Danny Vieira's website too. Now, has anyone heard of Gerson, the Gerson Institute, the Gerson Therapy? They're known for cancer. They've been healing and treating people with cancer for years and years and years. The daughter of Mr. Gerson, she has taken over her dad's, you've heard of the Gerson Institute? They're known for cancer. I have included her 4-part. Now, we're told to learn from the best people and then apply what we know to be right. So you might hear some things you might say no. There are some people who believe in coffee enemas. I would probably do a coffee enema for myself if I had cancer because I've heard wonderful things about it. Sister White drank coffee, tea, for medicinal purposes only. She says that in her book as well. She never drank it as a beverage. But when she had serious problems, so if somebody's dying and they have 3 weeks to live, I would get aggressive with it. And you're doing it rectally. You're not drinking it. You get what I'm saying? You might get you might get a side effect or two because you're doing it, but I've heard wonderful things. Now, some people won't do the coffee enema. I'm not going to knock them because we do speak not to take coffee, but she's talking about drinking it. So you have to, let the Holy Spirit lead you and guide you, but let them know what's available out there. Okay, and then the other thing, I'm also putting a link including for the prostate counseling sheet for anyone who has prostate cancer. And this is from Brother James Luke. And you can also, he has other counseling sheets on there, but I think this prostate counseling sheet you can do for a lot of the cancer. Alrighty? And then a powerful video to watch is called Healing Cancer from Inside Out. I'm including the link. So educate yourself. Watch these videos. Take the time. This is very good stuff. These are the best of the best people in the United States who are dealing with this. And these are people who all they do is deal with cancer patients. So who do we want to learn from? Those who have good results, right? So, and I mean, the lady's even on there showing you how to juice, and that's video number 4 under the Gerson therapy. So I've included all this so you can educate yourself and learn. I'm still learning myself. I don't have all the answers. I don't know it all. But I do believe with the information that I am empowered with, I believe it's going to save lives. And so I want to just give you guys the information so you know it's there, and then you can go research for yourself. Does anyone have any questions? You have a question? Ask your question, brother. Because what happens is when the video turns off, people come to me with their questions and their comments. I'm like, why didn't you say that on the camera so people can be benefited by it and hear it?
Garlic, you want that raw, or do you want to like cook with it?
Garlic, raw. And you can get kyolic, which is an aged garlic. It's an aged liquid garlic. They do. You can juice your own garlic. You could take cloves. This is something I recommend. When you make toast, and we were talking about this, when you make toast, chop a clove of garlic, mince it real well, put maybe a little olive oil or something, or a little nut butter, put your garlic on it, and when you taste it, it doesn't taste that bad. You could chop it and put it on your salad, mix it in your salad. There's different ways you can eat it. You know, a lot of people can't do that. It causes heartburn, and it's too strong for some people. Yes, it's strong. Some people can't handle it.
Hello.
The kyolic garlic, when you're dealing with cancer, that's what they've been using. I would use the raw garlic, but some people can't handle the raw garlic. It's dried out. When they say age, they dried it, and they have it in a liquid form. Yes.
Also for chaparral tea, wild chaparral would be okay also?
Yes, chaparral. That's what I put on here.
Okay, I was just...
yes,
you had
chaparral
mentioned-
tea.
okay.
And you can mix that with your red clover tea. So like, let's say you're drinking your Essiac tea, and you made your Essiac tea, but you want to mix in your 2 other herbs in it. You know, do however the Lord leads you. With every person, every case is different. But I just want to let you know what herbs are known. Red clover, chaparral are excellent, and the Essiac formula for cancer. And the barley life, I highly recommend the flaxseed oil, the lemon juice, the vitamin C powder, whatever. Yes.
With the castor oil packs, should they be slightly heated or?
Yes, I've covered this in the past. If you
Okay.
take a washcloth or a kitchen towel, depending on how big of an area, you could use a kitchen towel or as small as a washcloth. Saturate it with castor oil, put it in a glass Pyrex dish, stick it in the oven, let it heat. When it's warm, you apply it to the area. If you need it right away, if the person's in pain right then and there, you can go as far as microwaving it, but I'm a little iffy with the microwaving. You get what I'm saying? Or you could even heat the oil if necessary and then dip the cloth in the heated oil. You know what I mean? Castor oil. And you can buy that from Vitacost. You can get a 32-ounce bottle for a very cheap price. Not to drink it. No, not drink it. We're talking about a pack. A castor oil pack. You're dipping your cloth in it after you heated the oil, and then you're applying it. When people have pain anywhere, do a castor oil pack for pain. Wonderful stuff.
Also, like many of the remedies for like the tumors.
Yes.
Could we try some of those on ourselves
I
just to
would.
feel?
I would try it on
Okay.
yourself.
But will we have a hole there too? We have to patch it up. That's because you said hole and not. I was. Okay.
But you know what
Okay.
can cover, can put the whole, pine pitch can fill up your whole,
Okay.
fig paste if you put, there's a lot, and there's some herbs too. I have a book from Mayman Wilson that he has a combination. I'll be sure to add it on there before I
Okay.
send it. This patches the hole.
Now, how big would the holes be?
Depends on how big the tumor is.
Okay.
If the tumor's that big, see, if the tumor's that
Okay.
big,